All right, let's jump right in with a question. What if you could actually turn back time, even just for an hour, to say one last goodbye? In this explainer, we're going to explore a short but really powerful story that's all about that. It's a tale about a broken watch, a grieving daughter, and this huge choice between looking back at the past and stepping into the future.
So the whole thing kicks off with these simple but kind of mysterious words from an old clockmaker named Harun. And he's not just talking about a watch, you know? He's describing a feeling, a state of being that I think we've all felt at some point. This idea of being stuck is really the heart of the whole story.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We meet a young woman, her name's Sarah, and she brings her late father's pocket watch into Harun's little shop. The problem? It stopped working. It's frozen at a very specific moment in time, which, honestly, is a pretty perfect way to describe Sarah's life since her dad passed away.
So you've got your main players, right? There's Sarah, who's just buried under all this grief. Then you've got Harun, the clockmaker, and he's one of those old, wise types who sees a lot more than just gears and springs. And this is all happening in this super ordinary, kind of boring town, which just makes the magic that's about to happen feel even bigger.
And that watch, I mean, it is everything in this story. It's not just some broken object, it's a perfect metaphor for Sarah's grief, right? It hasn't completely shattered her, but it has stopped her cold, trapping her in one single painful moment.
This is where things get weird, in the best possible way. Harun works on this watch all night, and when he's done, he hasn't just fixed it, he's changed its very nature. The hands don't tick forward, they start moving backward. Suddenly, this thing that represented loss is now, well, it's a key to something impossible.
And that discovery just opens up this whole new world of possibility. See, the problem isn't a broken watch anymore. The real problem is a broken heart. And maybe, just maybe, the solution is a chance to rewrite an ending.
This is the pivotal moment. Sarah looks at that watch and she doesn't see a faulty mechanism, she sees a miracle. Her question completely transforms the story. It stops being about repair and starts being about reunion, about getting a second chance at one last conversation.
So what does the wise clockmaker do? He could have been cynical, right? Could have explained it all away with logic. But instead, he looks at Sarah, he sees that desperate hope in her eyes, and he makes a profound choice. He empowers her. He doesn't promise it'll work, but he gives her permission to believe. He just says, try it.
As Sarah holds the watch, the magic starts to take hold. And it's not some violent, jarring shift. The story says the world seemed to exhale. It's this soft, gentle release, almost like reality itself is just letting go for a moment.
The world around her doesn't shatter, it just fades. The colors get a little thinner, the noises of the present day get quieter, and she's just gently being pulled back into a memory.
And just like that, she's there. And it's not some vague, fuzzy dream. It's a specific moment, a warm evening, 1 year ago, with her father still alive, sitting right there on a bench. The impossible has actually happened.
Now, the crucial thing here is what this conversation isn't. It's not some grand, dramatic scene. They talk about small things, like homework and bad jokes. It's simple. It's normal. And this just shows that the whole journey wasn't about changing the past. It was about finding closure. Getting that one small, ordinary moment that grief had stolen from her.
So Sarah returns to the present and she's changed. Her trip to the past wasn't an escape, it was a lesson. And that brings us to the real message of the story. This is Harun's wisdom, and he shares it with her right when she gets back. It's a powerful warning. He's saying that while this one trip might have been necessary, trying to control time, to bend it to our will, well, that's a dangerous path. The past is meant to be the past. And Sarah gets it. She realizes the real gift wasn't a time machine she could use whenever she wanted. The gift was that single moment of closure. That's what gave her the strength, the courage to finally move forward. Now the watch is no longer a tool for time travel. It's a reminder of her own resilience. But hold on, the story isn't quite over. Just when we think we understand Harun's wisdom, the story gives us one final, really poignant reveal that kind of recontextualizes everything he's said and done. And there it is, the twist. Harun has his own watch, identical to Sarah's, and it's dusty, it's unused. You realize in that moment that he's faced the exact same temptation, the same desire to turn back the clock for his own loss. So here you see these two different paths. Sarah needed to go back to get her goodbye, and through that she found courage for the future. But Haroon, he made a different choice. He chose not to revisit his own past and instead found a harder, quieter kind of peace in just acceptance. And neither choice is shown as right or wrong. They're just different ways of dealing with grief.
This is Haroon's final thought, his own conclusion. For him, the memory was enough. He understood that reopening that door, even for a moment, might bring more pain than peace. So he chose to let the hands of his own watch stay still.
And that leaves us with a final, really powerful question. The story gives us two valid paths. One person found courage by looking back one last time, the other found peace by letting go completely. It makes us wonder, which goodbyes in our own lives are better left alone? And what do our choices say about how we heal?